Welcome to the state that is home to the largest number of manufacturing companies in Nigeria and the fattening room for many small and medium-scale processing businesses. Ogun State is fast becoming the nation's industrial hub. Hello and welcome to the program. I am Adeshewa Josh. As a development and financing institution, the Bank of Industry seeks to fund viable business ideas, and it has achieved this goal over the years, adopting various strategies. It has partnered with state governments across the nation by helping them fund MSMEs in their state. And today, we'll take a look at businesses that have received the funding of the BOI and Ogun State Matching Fund Scheme and how that has contributed to the overall economic outlook of the state. Also on the program, the Ogun State Commissioner for Commerce and Industry, Bimbo Ashiru, reveals the secret to the state's industrial success and the role the Bank of Industry played to achieve this.
The agricultural sector due to limited processing and preservation capacity. This results in high food prices and food importation with its attendant effects on the nation's foreign reserves. To enable Nigerians optimize the benefits from the country's vast agricultural products such as cassava, oil palm, rice, tomatoes and others, the Bank of Industry has launched a 5 billion naira cottage agro-processing fund, the CAP Fund. Customers can access the fund to establish plans to process our various agro-produce into food products or intermediate raw materials for industries at a single-digit interest rate of 9% per annum. For more information on the CAP Fund, please visit www.boinigeria.com/capfund. Bank of Industry, developing Nigeria's agro-processing industry through the CAP Fund.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bimbo Ashiru, for joining us on BOI Week.
Thank you very much.
Now, Ogun State is fast becoming the industrial hub of the nation. A couple of years back, you were at the bottom of the ladder. What did you do that changed your status?
First of all, you look at the kind of leadership you have. Someone who is at the helm of affairs, the governor. He was the chairman of Senate in Commerce. Chairman of Commerce when he was in the Senate. And when he was coming to the States, he had his 5 cardinal points. We're talking about education, talking about health, we're talking about agriculture that leads into industrialization, which concerns my ministry now. We're talking about housing, we're talking about rural and infrastructural development. And what was happening is that you look at when we are number 8, and then we were at the bottom, and you look at how you can turn those things around. In the area of industrialization, most of these investors, when they come into Ogun State, they were like orphans. And the first thing we did is to introduce the one-stop shop, whereby we take ownership and allow people, the investors, to come in. And then we ask them what they will need to make things smooth for them. First of all, you need to realize the fact that you must make things seamless for investors. They must come in and feel happy, feel at home. And that was the first thing we did. And we looked at the parameters, the areas where we're lacking. I mean, it takes about 3 weeks to get business permit, to register business. It takes weeks, months to get approval for CFO. It takes even the courts and everything. So what we did, we told the World Bank that we have the right to respond. We have the right to reply. And we have the right to explain what we are doing. So we took ownership and we ensured that all those areas, all the criteria that we are talking about, we started identifying them and resolving them one by one, taking away the bureaucracy. For example, if you come to the Ministry of Commerce and Industry today, as an investor, you apply for business and to register or for a plan. We tell you to give us your immediate, medium, and long-term plans. At times, you may be requesting for 5 hectares, and you may probably need 10 hectares. At times, you may request for 10 hectares, you may actually need only 5 hectares. So we look at that, and we have good relationship with all the stakeholders, the Bureau of Land, the Internal Revenue, the Bureau of Planning. And so those are the areas we look at, and even the court, the High Court is involved because the process of getting business permit, process of getting CFO, process of getting approval to build. Those are the areas. So we looked at those areas And we came together and said, how do we make this thing seamless? And we ensure that we resolve those things. All the bottlenecks were removed. For example, in less than, you will get your business permit immediately once you have all the necessary documents. Before, people will have to go and visit those areas physically. No. Once you have proof of address, you can tell us that this is the address, the business address and everything. You can get, and you pay the necessary dues, and you pay your tax. You get it within immediately.
Now, in general, how has that development affected the macroeconomics of the state?
Yes, you look at the number of industries that have come in here into the state. One, don't forget that these industries will create jobs for our people. It will create wealth. And our small business enterprise will be able to move. The SMEs are the drivers of any economy in the world. You take, for example, talk of any industry that is not in Ogun State today. First of all, you look at the products, the goods and services that they render. And they are the things that we get to the final consumers. And those are the areas where you talk about trading, and that's where commerce comes in. But if you have a state where you are not friendly with industrialists, investors are not coming in here, it will affect, because they go to other states, and the economy of that state will improve. So what has happened is that we have created an enabling environment for business to thrive, and it has affected our economy, the microeconomy of the state. And I will tell you this: look at the road network, the infrastructure. Even if we have all these industries and they are producing goods, if their goods and services are not getting to the final consumers, there are no good roads to move those goods from one place to the other. It affects the economy of the state. If you don't have, if the security is not there, if the people are not safe, their properties, their investment are not safe, it will affect the economy, because the employees will run away. They don't want to work there. They don't want to be kidnapped. They don't want armed robbers to shoot them. So those are the areas, because when you're talking about the microeconomy, you look at all the functions, all the parameters, everything inclusive. You talk about the security, you talk about the infrastructure, you talk about allowing business to thrive. Because if you don't create an enabling environment for them, business will not thrive. So those are the areas we need to look at. And this brings me to the small-scale industries. How have we helped them? I'll give you, for example, in May 2011, we signed a joint venture with Bank of Industry. 500 million naira, 500 million, it became 1 billion naira. And two things we looked at is that one of the problems of all these industries, the small-scale industries, what are the problems? The bane of their issues is the fact that funding, apart from capacity building, how to train them,